right, so we were talking about, and this has been asked on Reddit. They asked the same question. It's like when you're with someone, you've been with Richard for a long time.
Yeah, I'm just
just doing your thing. Was there a moment where you said, like, I know this is the right guy? And this is what, just so some of the couples responded this way. One day I sneezed twice in a row. She said, that's weird. Usually sneeze 3 times in a row. She noticed how many times I usually sneeze. We've been married for 11 years now.
Wow.
That's kind of sweet.
It is. It is sweet.
Knowing, like, the detail. Yeah. It's like, you know what it is? It's paying attention.
It is paying attention.
This one says, the first time I went to a karate class as a kid, this little girl ran over and grabbed me. She told people I wasn't allowed to be partners with anyone else. And she was right. We've been together for more than 20 years now.
Okay. That seems a little pushy to me. Actually, that's like stalker type stuff. You are not allowed to be with anybody else?
You are not allowed.
That's scary stuff.
And she's with them.
So what was your moment with Joel? Was there a moment?
I think Joel is always, like, full of adventure. Like, he likes to try things, and he's always willing to risk things. And, you know, he was the first person to say, I love you. And I remember him saying it to me. And after he said it, I remember just sitting there because I wanted to feel it for a minute. Like, just to sit with that for a minute. Somebody saying, you know, he just said, I love you. And then I paused, and he goes, don't leave me hanging out here in the abyss. He goes, please. And I told him I loved him, too. But I remembered thinking, to be the first person to say it is risky, and that takes guts. And it's easy to be the one who says, I love you, too. And I always admire him because he has guts. Like,
but when he asked you, did you already know that you loved him?
Yes. He said, don't leave me hanging. I already knew. But I wanted sometimes you want a moment, you want, like, to wash over you. Because I think a lot of moments were like, he said it, I say it. Like, because I'm a pleaser, so I'm like, I don't want him to feel bad. But in that moment, I just wanted to, like, how about with Richard?
Mine isn't quite as romantic, actually. I met him at the CBS bureau in Chicago, the Midwest bureau. He walked in he was a New York producer, and I was working in the bureau. And he made some snide comment to me because I was watching, hello, bring it back, Looney Tunes.
You were
Because it was a day I didn't have to fly.
Oh.
And so I had him. This is full circle, folks.
Yeah.
This is amazing synergy. So I'm sitting with this guy, and I'm watching Looney Tunes on TV. I don't have to travel that day. And he walks in and makes some comment about the Chicago bureau, and this is what you
watching
do.
Cartoons.
And I swear to God, I thought, this guy's such a jerk. I didn't even know his name.
Yeah.
And in this 1 second later, if that, I said, I'm going to marry him. I just knew. I don't know why. I just knew.
Wait. I need to unpack a little. So a guy makes a snide, rude comment, and you...
I thought he was a jerk, but he was very funny.
You like that,
and
right?
And we talked about it. Yes, we did. And there was something. I don't know what it was. There was something about him. I could never really put my finger on it, but it was there. And there was 3 years before we got married, and there were lots of ups and downs.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I knew that was the guy.
Wow. How many years have you guys been married?
I can never remember. I swear to God. I got married in '86, so that'd be 33 years.
33 years of marriage. Wow.
Yeah. 10 are happy. And no, they've all been great. He's great. He is great. He's still a jerk, but he's great.
He is a great... You know, one thing, I hope you don't mind me saying this, one of the things I always remember about you talking about your kids is your husband has MS, and you talk about that a lot. And you talk, because a lot of people only see, like, the worst part of that.
Right.
And you always said that his MS made your children better people.
Absolutely. I think when you deal with chronic illness, and we're all going to be faced with something in our lives, when you deal with it as a family, which is what usually happens, I think kids develop empathy. You don't want them to see a parent suffering or anybody, but I think they see the world in a different way. And I think they're gentler souls, and they're much more in tune with what's going on around them.
Right, even with other people, right? They see when someone's in need. Because most kids are in their own world, in their own universe.
Right,
yeah.
And they see how people respond to Richard. I've talked about this, like, often if Richard is in a wheelchair, like at an airport, and we're trying to get to a gate, people, meaning well, will say, does he want a cup of coffee? Does he? And I'm thinking, well, he's right there.
Right.
And they don't realize it's not meant maliciously at all, but the kids see that, and they realize, okay, I'm not going to be that way because I get it.